All right, welcome. We're back. War in Europe, 1999 decision gains aversion. We're playing the first scenario, case white, the invasion of Poland. Um, and I'm going to try and go through and summarize the first turn or week one. Basically, the victory conditions are Germans have 4 turns to get here into Warsaw. So, just looking at the board here, the German move has already been now done. Most of the infantry is moving up to lock the Poles into a zone of control, but the main areas of contention are we do see an overrun here. Okay, so potentially, they're going to attack here and blow through here, and we have another overrun here. Looking at the overrun rules, you got to get 13 to 1. So for 2 factors, that means you got to get 26 attack factor, and you can only overrun with 3 units. So opportunities to overrun aren't very much here, especially if you're hitting the 4-4 units or stacking with the 2-4. So anyhow, got 2 overruns, one here and one here. Meanwhile, everybody's moving up. And the base strategy is pretty much, it looks like, come this way for Warsaw, coming from East Prussia. And then we see these guys potentially coming somewhere out through here. So we've got a pincer movement going on. Down here, this is going to be more, we just want to kind of encircle them. Although we do have, yeah, I think we got a big set of units here. Now these guys could probably go here and support this drive. So, and then the rest of the goal is to keep any of these units from reinforcing Warsaw. It's going to be tough. These guys can probably get in, these guys, and that would entail trying to cut the rail lines, which would also cut supply. Polish supply originates from Warsaw, and that's it. So if we can somehow surround Warsaw, that puts everything outside of Warsaw out of supply. So 4 turns need to get into Warsaw here. So I'm going to go ahead and pause and pull up the combat phase. All right, we're back. So the overruns did take effect, and then I went ahead and did the combats here. Future turns, I'm going to go ahead and start dropping odds markers and dice rolls to give more detail, but the bottom line is they were successful. Well, they reduced this guy to a battle group. That's basically it. He's still here, slowing them down. We see another battle group up here. We do see them driving here, and then they were successful here. So this sets us up for a mech move. We've got some mechanized units here, here, that can potentially, they're still interlocking zones of control, so maybe this guy can be overrun, and then potentially the Germans have a way to move here. They've only got 1 mech unit up here, the Panzer Division, and it probably can't go that far. So, yeah, we've got some losses. We see the combat results. German mech move, they're going to see if they can do some exploitation to start maybe trapping here units, pinning units here, and actually putting pressure on Warsaw up here. So let's go ahead and pull up the German mech move next. Now there isn't, they can't really go too far. Well, we do see here, I didn't show it, but there was the overrun here to free up this. And then these units move up to at least engage this line, maybe pin them. We do see, yep, overrun the 1-6 here. So trying to close the door on these units trapped here. It looks like these units are going to be able to come up here and reinforce Warsaw. These units are potentially going to be able to come over here and reinforce Warsaw also. So, and then this large amount of mech units is ready to I'd potentially trap these units. We'll see. But they did their move. This is after the mech move. So we do see some pressure being put on Warsaw, mainly from this direction and this direction. And meanwhile, the rest of the forces, like I said, are all about pinning as many Polish units as possible so they can't move into this inner area and protect Warsaw, which is where victory is going to be determined. So with that idea in mind, it's time to place the German air interdiction. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, here we go, the air interdiction. Mainly concentrating around Warsaw, slowing down units from moving to get into Warsaw. These units can probably only move one hex here. Trying to slow down entry through here. This unit's pinned. He's not going anywhere. This unit is probably going to be able to fall back also. But that's air interdiction is here to kind of slow them down as they come in here. So because we're recognizing the battle is going to be Warsaw here. So anyway, that's the air interdiction. Let's go ahead and move on to the Polish move in response to this. All right, and here is the Polish move in response to the invasion, basically trying to extricate these units. They were luckily in supplies thanks to this unit being here. Notice all the units that were here now have pulled out and moved up into the Warsaw area using both a combination of forced march and rail movement. These units have decided to just stay because they pin these mech units, and we're starting to build defense in depth here. And then over here we pull the units that were up here. We pull them here, leave some units behind to screen, kind of like this 1-3 cavalry also, while these units pull off behind the river. But basically through the mech move, the Germans were able to isolate these units. So probably during the German move, they're going to attack and clean this out. But again, the battle's here, getting to Warsaw. So the Germans potentially looks like two pincers again, coming from here and coming from here, with the rest of the forces engaged in tying up the Polish forces potentially here from moving into the Warsaw area. So that is the end of turn 1, week 1 of Case White. And we'll see here in the next recording, week 2, how close can the Germans get to Warsaw, and can they prevent too many of these Polish units, especially out here on the fringes, from getting in here and fortifying the area, turning it into a massive battle of attrition here, potentially. So anyway, that's good enough for the recording here. That was turn 1 of Case White. When I come back, I'll do part or all of turn 2. So thanks for listening, and we'll see you at the next recording.